Hi friends, good morning to all. This is Monish here back with the another Hindu daily editorial paper analysis. So in today's class, we are going to discuss the vocabulary and one word substitutions along with idioms and phrases of September 25, 2025. So without any further delay, let us get into the class and learn some new vocabulary. The first part is vocabulary. And the first word on the screen we have is entangled. First word on the screen is entangled. Entangled is a verb and entangled means chikkukunna. Entangled means chikkukunna. Something which is caught, twisted or involved in something complicated. Something caught, twisted or involved in something complicated is called as entangled. So generally, if we have some wired earphones or some chargers, the wire gets entangled. It means the wire gets twisted and becomes complicated. That is called as entangled. Then synonyms of entangled are trapped, in, ensnared, and involved. Trapped, ensnared, and involved are the synonyms of this entangled. So the antonyms are release, free, or disentangled. Free, release, and disentangled are the antonyms of entangled. Then, example, the climber got entangled in the ropes and needed help to get free. The climber got entangled in the ropes and needed the help to get free from those ropes. And next word we have is devastated. Next word is devastated. Devastated is an adjective and devastated means vidvamsamaina. Devastated means vidvamsamaina. Extremely shocked, upset or destroyed. Extremely shocked, upset or destroyed is called as devastated. Synonyms: shattered, ruined, destroyed. Shattered, ruined, destroyed are the similar to the word devastated, whereas the opposite or antonyms are comforted, restored, or happy. Comforted, restored, or happy. Example: she was devastated by the news of her friend's sudden death. She was extremely shocked by the news of her friend's sudden death. Just sorry for the inconvenience. So, the next word we have is respite. Next word we have is respite. Respite is a noun and respite means viramam. Respite means viramam. Synonyms of respite are a short period of rest or relief from something difficult or unpleasant. A short period of rest or relief from something that is unpleasant is called as respite. Synonyms: relief, break, or pause. Relief, break, or pause are the synonyms for this respite. And moving on to the opposite words, we have continuation, persistence. Continuation and persistence. Example: after hours of heavy rain, the villagers welcomed a brief respite in the storm. After hours of heavy rain, The villagers welcomed a brief respite. The villagers welcomed a sense of relief in the storm. Next, we have sovereign. The next word we have is sovereign, and it is an adjective. And sovereign means sarvadikari. Sovereign means sarvadikari. Supreme power, authority, or ruler. Supreme power, authority, or ruler is called as sovereign. Synonyms are autonomous, independent. Autonomous and independent, which is not dependent on others. Opposite are dependent, subordinate, subject. Dependent, subordinate, and subject are the opposite words of sovereign. And sovereign, this word is also used in our preamble. India is a sovereign state. And example, India is a sovereign nation free to make its own laws and policies. So, as discussed, India is a sovereign nation which is free to make its own laws and policies. Next word, embargo. The next word is embargo, and embargo is a noun. Embargo is a noun which means nisheda agna. Nisheda agna. An official ban or trade of commercial activity with a particular country. An official ban on trade or commercial activity with a particular country is called as embargo. Synonyms are prohibition, restriction. Prohibition and restriction are the synonyms for embargo. Antonyms: permission, allowances, and approval. Permission, allowance, and approval are the opposite words for the embargo. Then, example, the United Nations imposed an arms embargo on the country to stop the civil war. The UN imposed an arms embargo. Arms embargo in the sense official trade of arms. Arms in the sense ammunition. Arms embargo means ban of ammunition on the country to stop the civil war. Next word we have is annexing. The next word we have is annexing. Annexing is a verb, and annexing means ఆక్రమించుకోవడం. Annexing means ఆక్రమించుకోవడం is annexing. Then moving on to the meaning, adding or attaching a territory to a larger one, often by force or authority. Adding or attaching a territory to a larger one, often by force of authority, is called as annexing. Then occupying. Seizing and occupying are the synonyms for annexing. Whereas moving on to the opposite, we have relinquish, surrendering. Relinquish and surrendering are the opposite words for annexing. Next, example sentence we have: the empire expanded by annexing neighboring lands. The empire got expanded by occupying the neighboring lands. Next, retribution. The next word on the screen is retribution, and retribution is a noun. Retribution is a noun which means pratikaram. Retribution means pratikaram. Punishment inflicted on someone as vengeance for a wrongdoing or criminal act. Punishment inflicted on someone as a vengeance as a wrong or criminal act. Synonyms are penalty. Penalty and vengeance are the synonyms, and the antonyms are pardon, forgiveness, mercy. Pardon, forgiveness, mercy. So Forgiving their wrongdoing and being kind is called as pardoning or mercying. Example sentence. So antonyms are pardoning, forgiveness, and mercy. And the example, the villagers saw the court's verdict as a retribution for the years of injustice they had suffered. So the villagers saw the court's verdict, saw the court's final judgment as a retribution for the years of injustice they had suffered. Next word we have is litigation. Next word on the screen is litigation. And litigation is a noun. Litigation is a noun which means న్యాయపరమైన వివాదం. న్యాయపరమైన వివాదం is called as litigation. The process of taking legal action or engaging in a lawsuit. The process of taking legal action or engaging in a lawsuit is called as litigation. Synonyms: legal action or lawsuit. Legal action and lawsuit are the synonyms for litigation. And the opposite words are conciliation, settlement. Conciliation and settlement are the antonyms for litigation. Example: the company faced prolonged litigation over the patent infringement case. So the company faced a extended lawsuit over the patent infringement case. The next word we have is onerous. Next word is onerous. Onerous is an adjective. Onerous is an adjective which means భారం పెడుతున్నా. Onerous means భారం పెడుతున్నా. Burdensome, heavy to endure. Burdensome and heavy to endure is called as onerous. Synonyms are taxing, arduous. Taxing and arduous are the synonyms of onerous. Antonyms: easy, effortless, light. Easy, effortless, and light are the opposite word of onerous. After completing the project within a week was an onerous task for the entire team. Onerous task in the sense was a burdensome task for a whole team for completing the project within a week. Next word we have is retracting. Next word is retracting and it is a verb. Retracting is a verb which means వెనక్కి తీసుకోవడం. వెనక్కి తీసుకోవడం is retracting. Pulling back or withdrawing something previously said or offered. Pulling back or withdrawing something which was previously said or was offered. Synonyms are recant, revoke, backtrack. Recant, revoke, and backtrack are the synonyms of retracting. Antonyms are advance, assert, uphold. Advance, assert, and uphold are the opposite words of retracting. Example: after realizing his mistake, he kept retracting his earlier statement in the meeting. After realizing his mistake, he kept retracting his earlier statement in the meeting. And now moving on to the next part, one word substitutions. The next part is one word substitutions, and the first one word substitute, summons. The first one word substitute is summon. Summons mean an official order to appear in the court. An official order to appear in the court. So we generally hear the court has summoned the witness. It means the court ordered to appear the witness in the court. Next, propaganda. The next word is propaganda. Propaganda is an information, often biased, used to promote a particular cause. Information which is biased and is used to promote a particular case is called as propaganda. His main propaganda was to make him appear as a fool. It means his main intention was to make him appear as a fool. Next, checkpoints. The next one word substitute is checkpoints, and checkpoints are control points for security inspection. Checkpoints are the control points for the security inspection. Next, coalition. Next word is coalition. An alliance of groups or parties. An alliance of groups or parties is called as coalition. Now, moving on to the idioms and phrases. The first idiom and phrase on the screen we have is cling on to power. Cling on to power. Sorry. Cling on to power means hold on to authority or leadership tightly. Hold on to authority or leadership tightly is called as cling on to power. Then next idiom, red line. The next idiom is red line. Red line is a limit or boundary that must not be crossed. A limit or boundary that must not be crossed is called as a red line. Next, fraying ties. Next idiom is fraying ties. Fraying ties implies weakening or deteriorating relationships. Weakening or deteriorating relationships. Then strike a balance. Next idiom is strike a balance. Strike a balance mean to find a middle ground between two conflicting objectives. To find a middle ground between two conflicting objectives is called as striking a balance. Next idiom, insurance against criticism. Insurance against criticism. This idiom means a precaution taken to protect oneself from negative feedback or attacks. A precaution taken to protect oneself from negative feedback or attack is called as insurance against criticism. Now let us see the quiz of today's class. Let us see how many of you can answer it right. The first word, respite, is best used to mean. Respite word is just best used to mean continuation, relief, persistence, and burden. As we know, respite means relief from an unpleasant thing. Relief from an unpleasant thing. So option B, relief is the right answer for respite. Next, the UN imposed an arms embargo. The word embargo means. So the UN imposed an arms embargo. So what is the meaning of this embargo? As discussed in the vocabulary of today's class, embargo means official prohibition of something or official prohibition of trade. First one, permission, approval, prohibition, allowance. So option C, prohibition, is the correct answer. Next, an official order to appear in court. An official order to appear in court is called as discussed in the one word substitutions, summoning. Summon in the sense an official order to appear in court. Next idiom, cling on to power. Cling on to power. Idiom. What does this idiom cling on to power means? Cling on to power means holding tightly with a power or hold on to authority or leadership tightly is clinging on to power. So that's it for today's class. Hope you did like this session. If you did like the session, then make sure to click on the like button and subscribe my channel for daily content of this Hindu daily editorial. And if you want to get this PDF and quiz related to this one-word substitutions, vocabulary, and idioms and phrases, then make sure to check out the Telegram channel English with Technical Monish. At the date English with Technical Monish, or just scan this QR code so as to join my Telegram channel for content and quizzes over there. See you guys in tomorrow's video. Till then, keep studying and learning. Don't forget to share this video with your friends or relatives who is preparing for your same competitive examinations. See you guys in tomorrow's video. Till then, keep happy learning. Goodbye.